Hi there, it's Carolyn here. Did you know that you can get a reduction in your real estate taxes in Florida? Well, today I'm here to give you information for filing homestead exemption in Florida. Homestead exemption gives you a credit towards your real estate taxes, i.e. you'll pay less. So let's roll. So today I want to talk about 5 tips for following. So today I want to give you 5 tips for filing homestead. And stick around to the end because I've got a bonus for you as well. Did you hear that, Ron? That's a big reduction. So, tip number 1, you must be a permanent resident of the state of Florida, and you can only have one permanent resident. If you are a husband and a wife, you can only claim homestead on one property, not 2. Tip number 2, you must own and occupy the property Tip number 2, you must own and occupy the property as of January 1st on the year that you are claiming homestead. Tip number 3, you must have proof of ownership in the form of a deed, and you'll typically get the deed when you purchase the property. You can always find your deed online if you go to your county property appraiser's office. I'll put the links to Broward County and Dade County in the description box below, so that's for you to just check. You put in the address and it will show you the taxes that are paid, but it also will give you a link to your deed. And you must have proof of permanent residency, preferably before January 1st. And you can do this in 2 ways, either a driver's license or a Florida residency card. You know, once you move house, you've got 10 days in order to transfer over your license to the state of Florida. So a proof of residency is also needed to file for homestead exemption. And for non-U.S. citizens, you must have the previous information, plus you must have proof of residency here in the United States. So tip number 5, I'm sure you're wondering, well, when can I file for homestead? So let's just use 2019 as an example. You can file for homestead from last year, March 2nd, 2018 until March 1st of this year. So that's when you'll want to get the application in for homestead, and you'll find that application online. Once you have homestead, every year you'll get a card indicating are you still a permanent resident of that property. And the previous years you've never had to return anything unless, of course, your status has changed. So now let me talk about the actual bonus. Let me tell you about the bonus. If you are a veteran, if you are the spouse of a military veteran, a surviving spouse, if you are disabled, if you're a widow, if you're a low-income senior, or if you are a first responder, you actually get additional reductions, additional credits in your homestead taxes, your real estate taxes. So it's really well worth doing some investigating. Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example of the savings that you'll have if you apply for Homestead and you meet all the qualifications which I'm going to talk about. If you purchase a $500,000 home here in the state of Florida without Homestead, you will pay $8,920. However, if you apply for Homestead and qualify for Homestead exemption, you will pay $8,089. So that's a considerable chunk of money, better in your pocket than in the government's. So well worth looking into. Well, that's a wrap. The 5 tips that you'll need to know about filing Homestead exemption. I will put a transcript of this whole video below in the description box. And if you found this useful and of help, please give it the thumbs up. And also, if you see it on YouTube, could you please subscribe to my channel? Until next week, when I'll have more tips for you. Toodles!